Picture this. You're driving down a quiet road, windows down, music humming in the background. Up ahead you see it, that bright red sign, standing silently at the intersection like a traffic guardian. Even from a distance, your brain already knows what to do. Foot off the gas, slow down, stop. But here's something most of us never pause to consider. Why is this sign shaped like that? Out of all the shapes in the world, why does the universal command to halt wear an octagon? In this video, we're diving into the surprisingly thoughtful and clever reason behind one of the most recognizable signs on the planet, and answering the question, why are stop signs shaped like octagons? Right here, on History of Simple Things. Before we even read the word stop, our minds register that shape. That's no accident. Traffic signs are designed to communicate at the speed of instinct. When you're behind the wheel, especially at high speeds, you don't always have the luxury of reading. Your brain has to decode meaning from shape and color in milliseconds. Octagons are visually unique on the road. Think about it. Circles are everywhere. From roundabouts to speed limit signs, triangles often mean yield or caution. Rectangles are used for information like directions and street names. Amid all those shapes, an eight-sided figure stands out instantly. That distinctive silhouette basically shouts, "Something important is here. Pay attention." To really understand how the octagon became the king of stop signs, we have to rewind to the early 1900s. Cars were becoming more common, but the rules of the road were still catching up. Roads were chaotic, a mix of horses, bicycles, and those rattling new motor cars, all sharing the same space. At first, stop signs were simple, just square boards with black letters on white backgrounds. They worked, kind of. The problem was, they didn't stand out. Drivers often missed them until it was too late. The need for something more eye-catching became obvious as roads got busier and faster. In 1923, the Mississippi Valley Association of State Highway Departments decided it was time to bring order to the chaos on the roads. They came up with a surprisingly clever solution: assign different shapes to different levels of danger. The logic was simple. The more sides a sign had, the more caution it should demand. Railroad crossings, which posed the greatest risk, were given circles, a shape with infinite sides to signal maximum alert. Stop signs, deemed the next most critical, were given 8 sides to make them stand out. Warning signs took on a diamond shape, while ordinary informational signs stayed as simple rectangles. It was an elegant system, and it worked brilliantly. Even from a distance, drivers could sense the level of urgency just by the silhouette of the sign. And that's how the octagon rose to become the official shape of the stop sign in the United States. So why specifically 8 sides? Why not say a hexagon or a pentagon? Part of the answer is visibility. An octagon is symmetrical and balanced, which makes it easily recognizable from any angle. Whether you're approaching head-on, from a curve, or from an intersection at night, the outline is unmistakable. Another reason is safety after the stop. Early traffic engineers realized that when a driver sees the back of a stop sign, the shape should still communicate something. The unique silhouette of an octagon does exactly that. Even if you can't read the front, you know a stop is required for cross traffic. It acts like a silent warning for everyone at the junction. Believe it or not, stop signs weren't always red. When octagons were first adopted, they were actually yellow with black letters. Red pigment back then faded too easily in sunlight, which made it impractical. But by the 1950s, new fade-resistant materials became available, and red was brought in as the universal color for stop. The combination of a bold red color and an unmistakable octagon shape created the ultimate traffic command. Even if the letters are covered by snow, mud, or graffiti, that shape and color tell the whole story. The octagon didn't stay an American invention for long. Over time, it spread across the world. Today, more than 100 countries use octagonal stop signs. Even though the word stop might be written in English, Arabic, Chinese, or French, drivers everywhere understand what it means. That's the power of design. It transcends language. In fact, some places purposely leave the sign blank when training drivers to focus on recognizing the shape, not the word. It proves just how universal that 8-sided symbol has become. Imagine for a second if stop signs were just plain circles. They'd blend right in with speed limit signs. Or if they were triangular, they might be mistaken for yield signs. The potential for confusion could be dangerous, especially at high speeds or at busy intersections. The Octagon solves that by standing apart from everything else on the road. There's no guessing, no second guessing, just instant recognition. And when it comes to preventing crashes, those split seconds matter. The Octagon stop sign has become more than just a piece of roadside furniture. It's an icon. You see it in movies, cartoons, video games, and emojis. Even young children who can't read yet know what it means. That's the level of visual power it carries. It's so iconic, in fact, that altering it would likely cause public outrage. It's rare for any design to reach that level of universal recognition. And it all started as a simple way to make intersections safer. So the next time you roll up to a stop sign, remember this: you're looking at over a century of trial, error, and design thinking distilled into 8 perfect sides. It's not just a random shape on a pole. It's a symbol built to cut through chaos, demand your attention, and keep millions of people safe every single day. The octagon shape might seem ordinary, but it's quietly brilliant. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. We share the road with thousands of strangers every day, each going their own way, each carrying their own worries, and yet when we see that 8-sided shape, we all do the exact same thing. We stop. That's the power of good design. It's invisible. It's instinctive, and it quietly keeps millions of people safe without anyone having to think twice. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.